Okay. Hopefully this is working, and yes it is. Okay, so last week you made it to Knowledge Island, and you landed at St. Noel's port. Met a vampire with a very fast boat who you paid to get here. After finishing traveling through the northern deserts and the deadening, as you guys are now calling it. And I believe you guys had decided to go south towards the port to see if you could somehow get permission to travel to the academy.
Yeah, I think we're thinking of throwing around Ignatius's name, see if we could give us anything.
Okay. So, are you going to leave, or are you going to leave straight away, or are you going to spend another night? It is midday-ish from the looks of it.
All right, so we're ready to go.
You going to leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we did everything we needed to last week.
I'm just checking.
Okay.
Too bad if we didn't.
Yeah, worst case, we're fine anyway.
We can
Okay.
go back.
So, yeah, spend about half a day's travel. To there. And it's not. The road is relatively busy. It looks like there's lots. You can see lots of carts coming from the port to the going south, and you see lots of empty carts coming back.
This is pretty busy, isn't it?
Must be how they're moving the brain grid around.
So the carts coming from the port or going to the port?
So there are full carts coming from the port that you left, and there are empty carts coming from where you're going.
Oh, yep. Okay, so they're obviously taking goods.
Yes.
To the academy, we would surmise. Okay.
Weird.
You also notice that this is a relatively well-patrolled area as well.
I was just about to say, Ignatius, do you want to waylay these guys with me?
What was that, sorry?
Do you want to waylay these people with me?
Do you want to treasure hunt?
We'll leave it till next time.
Oh, we probably should be behaved, yeah. Yeah, let's turn you off. Okay. As in pickpocket.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so tempting. No, we need to behave. We can't get caught here. We won't get let in.
All right, on the way back.
Yeah, on the way out, absolutely.
You said, Ignatius, you didn't grow up here, right? Your parents did.
No, exactly. That's right. I didn't. Yes.
So I guess you don't have too much knowledge of this place, or I'm not sure how much.
I know of it. It's the greatest resource of knowledge in the modern world.
Okay.
I've not firsthand, but I mean, anyone in academia dreams of a tenure here, teaching or a study commission, even to learn under some of the greatest minds.
I got you.
There could be a way in. Maybe we could offer to do a guest lecture.
Oh, what subject? Anthropology or it's not anthropology?
Archaeology. I could talk about one of the pre-cataclysm digs I went on as a child.
I mean, we've done some interesting stuff so far. Maybe, I don't know if that would be a good topic for us.
It's true. We could do a lecture on the consequences of freeing bound beings underneath the ground.
I mean, Mac alone is like, I'm sure that'd be a wonder. Maybe.
Actually, that's a really interesting point. This is the kind of place that probably wants to research him. He could be a ticket in.
Maybe. It seems like he's a good resource of that.
Guess we'll see what we need to barter with when we get to the ferry dock terminal.
It's St. Noah Academy Port.
Yeah. So as you come down, this there's there is one obvious main road. It goes from up the top all the way down to a very large dock. You can see quite a large ferry. You can see several inns and large stores dotting the road down to towards the lake. However, you also notice that it is very small for the size. It's very small considering how large some of this stuff is. It's very small considering how large some of this stuff is. Looking at it, you would assume that a lot of the stores here service the students at the academy as well.
Keep a lookout for who might be a good person to speak to about getting in, I guess. As we start to head through.
Walking through, you see a few bookshops. You see some like apothecaries and like general reagent vendors. You see blacksmiths and armor smiths. You also see considering the size of the town, it looks like it's quite advanced. What they're selling here. As you get towards the lake, you also see quite a large building, and you see people running in and out of it. Looks like that they're processing the goods that seem to be brought from St. Noel Port.
If anything else works, maybe we can get a ride, stow ourselves away as the cargo.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad way in. They're getting caught over there without a reason to be there. It's not going to end well. A lot of powerful mages and that over there, I imagine.
And we're just going to smuggle Mac in the same way.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's okay. We'll use Mac. The other way I mentioned, maybe.
We'll use him. Interesting thought, Tom.
Mac's a friend. I'm not saying we use him like a tool.
Object.
Yeah, it's not just an object. He's a creature of intelligence.
Do right, Tom. Do right.
Should we hit up the shipping place? They are dealing with all the goods coming in. Maybe they can get us an audience with someone.
Sure, sounds like a plan.
Okay, so heading into the shipping area, you see a group of receptionists constantly stamping documents. You hear the thunk of the stamps as they enter information and put down the stamps. So processing, and they pass it on. And then cargo is pulled out. You also see luggage being checked over and identified and being put on board.
Tom or Jan, This is your guys' expertise, I guess.
Right. So what are we gonna do? Try and leverage our mechanical horse to get to the academy?
Let's try the family name first.
Right. And
I
I'm Yan
don't like-
Tierra, or I am a speaker for Ignatius Tierra.
You can speak on my behalf. That might work best. Carry some air that I'm trying to behave as one of my class should, I guess.
All right, I will
Like
bullshit
dust
on your
off and
behalf.
adjust my clothes a little bit.
All right. Well. All right. Let's do this. I'll see if I can approach someone who looks like they have some kind of authority. I guess. Like, is there like a?
There's no one down here that looks like they have authority. There's receptionists.
Okay. Yes. Is it like reception specifically for, I guess, students or people visiting the academy? Maybe like is that
There is
the vibe of this?
There is a line for that. However, there is no one currently manning the station.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We're not the kind of people that wait in a line either, are we?
Well, there's that too.
Don't believe in lines.
Manager.
I just want to check what the actual. Is there an easy way to check the actual date? There it is.
Just a full party of Karens. It is the 18th of Lamachan, if that helps.
Okay, so it's mid-October. So yeah, no one. Strictly speaking, no one would be like there would be no students at this time, right? They'd already be in the academy, which is why there's no one.
It's not admissions at the moment. It's just goods.
Yeah.
I mean,
That old lady looks nice. Ask her.
I mean, you could get in line and see if someone like comes over, or you can just bother someone else.
Oh, we could.
Is there anyone in the line, or is it
No,
just
there's
a
no one in the line.
place
There is. You do notice that there is a bell. You do notice there is a bell there that you could ring.
Oh, I'll go up and smash that fucking bell.
Yeah,
Like,
gotta hit
not
the bell,
stopping
gotta hit the
until
bell.
someone gives attention.
As you press it, the most gentle ring goes out.
Is there any immediate response?
Immediately? No,
I press it again.
nothing happens. A few seconds later,
This is magic.
you would have
Does anyone
seen
look up?
you would have seen these types of bells before, Jan.
It's like an entitlement bell or some shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they have them at the guardhouse in like Unity. Like they're meant to prevent like people from constantly ringing it. They know what
Karen's more worked up when they finally get to speak to someone.
All right, I'll give it 2 minutes.
Well, it doesn't even take that. About 30 seconds later, a woman comes down the stairs. She has a sharp, piercing look and a pair of very, very sharp glasses. And she has a look at each of you. And she sits down behind the desk.
Behind the desk.
It's in the reception desk.
I thought she told us we should sit behind.
No, she sits behind it.
Sorry.
Yeah, all right. It's nice
How
to
may I
meet you.
help you today?
We're seeking passage to the academy. All of us.
Okay, and do you have invitation, a reason? We can't just let anybody go to the academy, you see.
Well, we're not just anybody. This right here is the heir to the Tierra line. Someone who, if you're familiar with the academy, surely you know the name.
One second, please. She goes back.
1 second, please.
We're on the list. No, sorry.
You weren't lying, unfortunately. I mean, actually, we kind of are nobodies, though.
About a minute later, she comes out with a file.
Mm-hmm. And what's this now?
She looks over at Kiera. I see. I see. She looks directly at you, Ignatius. And why might you be heading to the academy?
Following a lead.
Do you have any real backing?
Yes. No.
Yes, no, maybe.
She
so.
like her piercing gaze. Like it looks like she's looking straight through you.
Actually, no, I can confidently say yes.
We do. We're just not like official, right? I think it's just like
Some weird witch from God knows where.
Is that really real backing though?
I don't know. She's real, and isn't she connected to this A.L. Blaine stuff?
I mean, it depends on how much you want to tell this woman in the middle of the reception area.
Everything, right? We just unload on her.
give her a life story, you know.
I'm not here to. I know what you're insinuating. That's not why I'm here. I'm here in search of information alone. On a private expedition that is funded by the people you see here.
That's right.
Self-funded.
She rifles through the information. Let's see. Jan Strace. Ooh. What an interesting backstory you have. Does the guard really... Well, wait, actually, the guard doesn't really pay that well. Let's see. Tom Fu... Ooh! Barkeep.
It's alright. Granted, very nice manner. You're jovial.
And then... Oh. Okay. Do you really think you have funding for that?
Well, perhaps not in our past occupations, but quite recently we've all been doing quite different things. I only joined up with this expedition quite recently, mind you, but I've been seeing some profit myself. They certainly have been before I joined them.
I mean, you certainly made a name for yourself back in Lunateer. And, well, I'm sure you did quite fine with yourself at Lackley.
I'm sure your information is quite lacking in some degree of context, but everyone has their own perceptions of these things.
Of course.
Besides, if we're here for our own information, but it's not like we don't have anything to offer on that front. We're in the possession of a quite interesting artifact of the old world. Something would be...
You mean that metal horse you have?
That is quite correct.
Hmm.
Look at the file, like... They don't already know about Mac, right?
You don't know. You know that whatever she's got, it does contain at least information up to Lackley where you guys met.
There's an entry about, like, Archon being freed in there, right?
You don't know. You can't see it.
I start sweating a little bit under my collar, but keep my face straight.
Well, we did hear you did some good things for the general in Lunateer.
We did.
This Field Marshal McConnell you might be talking about.
Oh yes. I'd be willing to do a guest lecture on those
Require.
findings.
At this point, can someone make a diplomacy check?
Oh,
I get
I
it.
fuck
God.
you, I've been talking the most.
okay.
Fuck you,
Because
Tom.
I just haven't been talking much because this is not my area. Like, I mean, I don't know
Piece
shit
of
about
shit, Tom. You are
actual
filth.
academia. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I went to the school. Like,
Yeah.
no, this is not my area. I'm playing uncomfortable.
Let me go speak to someone in charge. Let me see if I can. Let me see if they'll let you in. And she goes upstairs.
I am the picture of patience. Rebecca Ignatius just like, that file was suddenly strange.
Did she take that with her?
Yes, she did.
Did it look flammable?
You did notice. Can you make me a perception check? Actually, we can do it for now.
Just Ignatius?
No, anybody looking at the file who was looking at the file could do it.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
I'll check it out too because I'm nosy. Let's see.
I think as soon as she started doing that, we'd all be trying to get a good look.
Yeah.
So, Jan, you're pretty sure that it had a picture of a cock and balls on it.
He said everywhere.
It wasn't
That
the file
covers
at
file
all.
on-
She was just pretending. Everyone covers file.
Ignatius, you couldn't see much. But as far as you could tell, it had definitely information up until you reached Althea.
Okay.
You could also see that you had information on both your parents.
Yep.
And you could also see that they had a lot of information on every single one of you, and they even had about half a page on Mac.
Okay. So they have a lot.
You're also pretty sure they had information on Fenric and Hoga. And the only reason why you saw any of that was because you rolled a nat 20.
Okay. It's probably I've even got shit on that new dog we picked up at Hoga. Look at her nicely. And we left her outside, with the
Yeah, Hoga and Fenric are outside. About 5 minutes later, she comes downstairs. Well, it appears that the field marshal has backed you, and the head of the academy is willing to let you visit.
No. Well, we appreciate their grace.
You'll be able to board the boat tomorrow. You'll have passes allowed for you. How long will your stay be?
Oh, at least a month, I would think.
Very well. We'll
Got some extensive research that I believe obviously this is the place to research such things. And I potentially stay longer if there is some exchange as some form of payment of what I do know. I did come across a recent discovery I'm sure you would all be happy to know about.
I'm sure the teachers will be able to help you with that. Well,
In my mind at this point, I'm just trying to...
Mm-hmm.
The ruin under Telha
Mm-hmm.
is likely going to be of immense value, but how much? Is this the sort of place that could be trusted with that kind of information? Would that be?
I mean, they know how to keep a secret. What
But
they
they're not
do with the
actually, like-
information is something else. You
They're
don't
not like
know.
crazy mage people, are they?
No,
They
but
are.
they do like to know everything.
Yeah, okay.
They're not necessarily affiliated with Lunatia at all.
No.
You know.
So, okay. What you know
can-
about the school is, strictly speaking, it operates independently of everything. While it is technically part of the country that's here,
Yeah.
it is operated as its own independent state and is completely neutral in everything.
Like, above the table, is this potentially like the years and years of development of a certain organization that a certain bard was a part of?
I mean, not the academy itself, but you could potentially guess that the operation behind the information
that's
that
what
they
I'm-
have, yes.
The academy's just a perfect front for something
Yes,
like
pretty much. I mean,
Okay.
you okay. As the academy is it would be a great front for it, but the academy was founded separately, and they're using it as a front like that.
okay.
Now, World Explorer's working.
Yay.
I don't know why it wasn't working last time. Anyway, whatever. Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck finding what you need to find at the academy. Just drop by the reception tomorrow. You'll pick up your passes.
Any recommendations on somewhere to stay this evening?
Any of the inns are quite good. However, I'd recommend with Mac and a Hogar. Probably the Crazy Boar.
Okay.
And she just did reveal that she knows about Hogar.
Okay. I don't think there was anything else we needed. Jan, Tom, Carver, we all good here?
Sounds good to me. I got everything we need. Let's go. It's already it's only midday. I don't know if you guys don't want to do anything.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
Maybe we could spend a day at the tavern.
I mean, you and the best, Ignatius. Is there anything we need to prepare for to get to the academy?
No. Just as long as we've got our wits about us in that place, I'd imagine.
Well,
Okay.
what are we going to do when we get there? Are we going to start looking for Hellblade right away or pursue some other lead?
Well, sure we can take advantage of everything they've got here. There's a wealth of knowledge to be had.
We also might want to look into that book Mia Bell told us about, how to destroy the ancient evil book of secrets.
I do like the finger gun, like you got it, like a grapevine single-like sort of thing. As you say that.
Exactly. That's right. That's why we're good mates. Not like this guy. Okay.
I also might see if I can cross-reference to see if there's anything they've got on what we found under. Tell her.
I mean, we're not just going to forget about that.
Yeah, I can't do that, sorry. Goes
So
against the
Gil's gonna-
code of archaeology.
Plus, I get the feeling he's going to come back on us at some point. Like, I don't think it's going to be a one and done. But we'll see.
This is the kind of place that'll keep that stuff locked down to make sure. And am I right in understanding? Sorry for just before I go too far. This is one of the places like these academies that lock down all that information to safeguard it to stop shit from getting out of hand again, don't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is probably one of the places we do want to know about it so that other people don't find out.
Well, if you say so.
If I had the power to cave that cavern in, I probably would, but then part of me would hate myself for it. Find of a century.
Well, it might not be the only one out there, Ignatius.
Fingers crossed. Can you imagine the money I'd make if I found a second one?
Don't see the money from the first one.
Not yet.
What, you think these people are gonna buy that information?
Worth a try.
You're right, Ignatius. I'm sure they'd be interested in the very least, just how they gonna verify it? I guess we'll try and sell it.
Hey, so what are you guys doing for the rest of the day?
I did like Jan's idea of going to the tavern and just
We've been on the road
watching
so
and listening.
long.
Okay. So heading into the tavern, are you heading to the Crazy Boar?
Sure.
There's a few others if you don't want to, but
Sounds like a good place.
No, they're watching everyone. At least this one we know to expect to be watched if it's the one they told us to go to. That's why I asked her.
okay. So heading into the Crazy Boar, there is a lizard folk standing behind the tavern. Gives you a
Tom,
greeting. Heading to the academy, are we?
Yes, tomorrow we are.
Well then, you'll need a place to stay.
What's we
Yes.
here for?
You come heavily recommended.
Heavily recommended is strong words for what you were probably told.
Fair.
Plus, I'm sure you realize, but they're just here to keep an eye on you. Well then, it'll be 5 silver for the night. Lunch paid separate. Dinner paid separate.
Separate, got it.
5 silver, okay.
Is that each or for the whole?
Each.
All of us?
5 silver each. 5 silver for the bed. If you want dinner, dinner is like 5 copper and lunch is like 5 copper.
Alright, I'll just deduct another silver for some lunch and dinner.
And you can choose water, mead, beer, strong alcohol, very strong alcohol, or milk for drinks.
I'll give him a whole gold. I keep the change. Very good, sir.
Why, thank you.
And take out a party inventory. After what I've been through, I'm like, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna splurge a bit. I eat my lunch, all that stuff. I drink merrily. Tom's just having a great time.
It's quite good food. Quite relaxing atmosphere. There's a bard on, currently playing. Very relaxing music at the moment. It's lunchtime, so.
I'll talk to the innkeeper and be like, since you know my background, be like, so how's business been around here? I see a lot of carts going to the St. Noah port.
Business has its ups and downs. I mean, we get travelers, we get merchants every few days, but they don't stay very long. Our best time is when students have to cross the lake. But of course, that only happens 3 times a year.
Oh, they're stuck in there the rest of the time, huh? Are they?
Well, they can visit the stores here. It's only an hour ride. However, they have to get permission. You're in for a surprise when you go over there, I must say.
Okay. Just making sure. Did he cut out after he said visit?
They're okay. They're allowed to visit, but they have to get permission and they have to be back by the end of the night. And it's only an hour ride, so.
Hope these kids don't cause trouble. I mean, if they can come here, I assume they're kind of they got some money, huh?
Money is an understatement. They spend big, but 12 to 18-year-olds, and then you've got all the teachers who have to control them.
Yeah, I assume that they're kind of the arrogant sort of little shits.
Yeah, pretty much. Always think they're the best, and then they got their fucking attendants.
They got a whole entourage, huh? Just following them, doing what they need to do. Don't want them to get spoiled and think they're hot shit.
Pretty much.
Oh, we got a business over there, but don't worry, we ain't like that. I ain't like that. We got our heads stuck on the straight.
That's good. Just be careful over there.
And a crazy experience going on or something. It was just general, like political intrigue or something. All like the noble and rich people.
Look, like, occasionally parts of the buildings they seem to disappear. I don't know what's happening, but you can hear some loud explosions sometimes.
Oh, thank you, kindly. That's good information to know. I'll give him another gold. Thanks.
He gratefully accepts it.
Back to drinking. Yes, I don't know what else to say. It's fine.
There isn't a lot of people in here. There's like one or two merchants, a few guards from like the merchant caravan as well. Everyone just seems to be relaxing at the moment. A lot of chatter. Everyone's listening to the bard music as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Anything you guys want to do before we proceed to the next day?
No.
Okay. Yeah, spend a nice restful evening at the inn. You wake up. If you want breakfast, it'll be 5 copper.
Of course it will.
Got to make his money somehow.
Give him a whole silver.
I don't
It's okay. I'm also deducting for a Fenric and
Okay.
Fenric and a Hoga.
God damn it! There are leeches on us.
Hey, they were sleeping in the barn with the horse.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's where a dog should be. Huh?
Got to keep
That's right.
watch over the horse. Yeah.
I mean, see, you're coming around. You understand?
This animal's only in the barn.
That's exactly. That sounds exactly right.
Well, Tom, I'm sorry, but gonna have to join them.
No, I ain't talking about.
Okay. Okay. You have your nice morning breakfast, and you head down to the shipping area. Yeah. You pick up your passes, and the first ferry leaves at about 9:30 and arrives at the docks. At 10:30. Arrives at the St. Noel Academy at 10:30.
All right, let's fucking do this.
Let's get on that fucking ferry. Will Mac fit on?
The ferry is bigger than the boat you took over to get
Is
here.
it more like one of those cable tied ones? It's like via like just goes across the chains across.
No,
the
this is
lake?
an actual galleon in a lake. This is a galleon in a lake.
Okay.
Like, they take some serious amount of goods from this port to the academy. So Mac is easily brought aboard. Part of the side of the ship just like pulls open, and they're able to load him up quite easily. He is loaded in with looking inside lots of looks like food, logs, ingredients. There's like a lot of stuff in there. You guys are taken upstairs. You have the option of staying on deck, or there is a sitting room inside. You'll only be on the ship for an hour, so it's a very short ride.
Probably on deck just to enjoy the view, I reckon.
Yeah, so
Sure.
Okay. At 9:30, you hear the whistle go, and the boat starts moving very quickly.
Like celebrates just super fast.
It's very quick. Like, there's no wind here, right? You also notice there's no sails on these galleons. So it goes very quickly. And you also notice as you're going one way, another one is coming the opposite way.
Oh, full on. It's like jet galleons. Couple of mages strapped to the bottom of the ship, casting like Bronny Bolt repeatedly.
And after an hour, you guys arrive. You see the sprawling academy. Just from where you are, the thing that stands out the most is the large building that looks to be roughly in the center of the island. It is quite tall. You didn't notice it from the shorelines, but thinking about it, you probably should have noticed it. It's almost as if there's something preventing perception of certain things outside of a certain radius.
Oh.
Makes sense. I mean, they don't want people to spy on them and all that stuff. Yeah.
Then it's about an hour to disembark. Obviously, because they have to unload Mac and unload everything else, and
Yeah, people off and all the
Mhm.
cargo.
Then you head up and you see several receptionists, and there are several lines that you can get in to progress into the academy. You also notice that there is a single guard barracks on the outside, and there's several guards at the gate. But Ignatius, you would know that there are no guards inside.
Okay. Good to know.
Everything that happens inside the academy grounds is dealt with by the academy.
And it's its own sovereign. It's like the Vatican inside its own Rome sort of situation.
Vatican has a very similar idea to it.
Yeah, like it's its own sovereign nation within a nation that sort of answers to the other nation, but not really.
Pretty much.
Okay.
same amount of child abuse or less? Sorry, let's not go there.
I mean, that depends on how you look at it.
Oh no.
I mean, they're locking up hundreds of children in order to force them to learn.
That's just progress, right? I mean, it's not our problem, so probably fine.
It might be.
Well, we'll be there for a month at least.
Rolling up, one of the receptionists looks at you. Ah, the recently admitted guests. Your invitations.
Oh, thank you.
Hand over the. Oh,
Um,
wait, they're giving us invitations.
yes, this is.
Right.
You got handed a pass, and then they're giving you essentially. It's like a library card, right? This will allow you access to facilities on the island. It does not currently include classes. But you can visit the library. You can make appointments with teachers if you want to discuss things. And there is also has your where you're staying listed onto it. So good day.
Thank you very much.
Have a pleasant stay at the academy. All of you are ushered through the large opal-colored gates.
Let's take it all in. This is probably one of the greatest places in existence. And I finally made it. I'll sort of clap Jan on the back as I say that.
I don't really see what's so great about it, but sort of feels like all my learning days are behind me anyway.
You old learning where like can't teach your old dog new tricks, huh?
5 years until I die. No.
Look at the old dog we picked up. He's not learning any new tricks. Just Fenric. Sorry.
Well, a Hoger is.
She's a young dog.
Well, I mean, they don't live quite as long as the rest of us, right, Tom?
Yep.
It's pretty condescending to say that to him, actually.
I smile.
Yeah, I know.
Somehow get the feeling at this point you have entered a very dangerous place.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a lot of tension as we get inside? Like, or is it like...
It's not the tension, it's just the feel of there's something in the air. Not tension quite, but
a magic static or something?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't feel like
There's something boiling under the under what's happening here. And as you look around, a part of a building just disappears, and you hear a siren, and several teachers fly overhead, and you all hear, "God damn it, not again!"
And when you say disappear, it's not like exploding or breaking. It's just like
No, it was an explosion. You would guess. You're not entirely sure. You've never quite seen purple flames before.
Okay. Oh, but is it like exploding rubble, or does it like disappear?
So what happens is that like big purple flames fly out, and the wall that used to be there is gone.
Okay, like vaporized.
It was vaporized.
How far away are we from these flames?
Oh, like it would probably take you about 15 minutes to get there.
Oh, okay.
They're not close by.
I just wanted to see if reach out if I could control them at all.
No, you would be too far away.
Too far. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so a person we talked to was in Bluffing. I thought that might be a little bit of exaggeration, but guess not.
No, definitely not. And I mean, kind of couldn't be a more foreboding entrance, really.
You also notice, apart from the teachers flying overhead, nobody seems to pay any attention to it whatsoever. Almost as if it's almost a daily occurrence.
So, yeah.
Is there like a group of older students or students nearby by any chance?
Roll me a perception check. Because so far the only people you've seen are the people who came with you. And all of them, and you don't know who they were.
I guess not that's very explicitly students, but like people who look like they've been here. Who look particularly unfazed by this.
Looking around, you can see like two or three like older people. You wouldn't say they're students. I guess they could be students, but like these people obviously have completed their mandatory education already. You're not sure whether they're students who've stayed behind or they're like teachers' aides or something.
Yeah. I'll approach them. Excuse me.
Yes. They give you the look up and down.
Ignatius Tierra, protege, son of the Miller and Inigo Tierra that used to teach here quite a while ago, very long time ago. You probably didn't know them. Is that normal? And I'll point at the purple flame building disappearing act.
I see you haven't been here very long.
Literally fresh off the boat.
Yes, quite normal.
Should we be worried?
He shrugs his shoulders. I mean, always someone's doing something stupid. I'm sure the teachers and the council have it under control.
Ah, okay. It's not like random stuff happening. It's like a lab area specifically.
No, that one was a classroom.
I see.
Wait, so what happened to the people inside?
They'll be fine. We don't have the best mages and healers in the world for nothing.
I mean, it vaporized a stone building.
And?
To see what that would do to flesh.
As I said, we don't have the best healers and mages in the world for nothing.
Fair enough.
So I can ask, what's going on then? Like, is this like, has this been happening for a long time, or is it just recent?
They look at each other. You know what? I don't actually know.
How do you not know?
Tom is suddenly more concerned. He's like, oh shit.
It just kind of became a daily occurrence.
When?
It's a strange thing, thinking about it. I don't know.
Tom's like, oh no, they have like amnesia or something, or this is a part of the magic that's happening to them.
Time works differently here or something?
No, time works exactly the same as regular time.
Well, how about this? Do you remember much from like, let's say like 5 years ago? Or is your memory fuzzy?
No, I remember everything I was doing 5 years ago. Well, everything I'd want to remember anyway.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, you've been helpful, I guess.
Can you
nothing
to, like the library? Or sorry, yeah.
So if nothing, you've raised our suspicions, but thank you anyway. Yeah, I think, Tom, you wanted to ask them something?
Oh, I'm just curious. Like, can you point us to the library? We got some research to do.
He points over it. So not the large building in the center, but just right to the large building. Over there. Hard to miss.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Don't be surprised when you walk in.
They're like a hall with like honors of past students and staff and
Yes.
things like that.
Main building, he points you. Depends on which year, but they've got hallways full of them.
Ah. Is that where all the staff officers are?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, anything else?
That's all.
A good day then.
Well, you're keen to get into the library. There's a few things I want to go check.
Okay.
I'll meet up with you lot at the library afterwards.
Who's going where? Who's going where? I know Ignatius is going elsewhere. Is everyone else going to the library?
Potentially go off on his own.
Yeah, leave us. You're the only person who knows about this place.
To be fair, I don't really know it. I know about it. Go to the library. I'll meet you up there afterwards.
Okay, how long do you think it'd be?
Don't go asking for explicitly what we're looking for. Look for the topics about what we're looking for. Rule 1 of these places is don't give up your lead. Someone else will swoop in who knows a little bit more and beat you to the chase. If you're asking for help in the library to find stuff, go about it in a roundabout way. For example, if I'm looking for this particular reference, look for something adjacent.
That's gonna be slow, I guess. But I guess we got a month to spare.
And probably ask for some things that are unrelated to what we're looking for as well, just to keep them off out. People don't get a clue as to what we're up to.
Okay. Who's going to the library?
More library.
Everyone but Ignatius?
You don't have to go to the library. You can go elsewhere if you want.
Yeah. I'll go there for now.
Okay.
Books.
So we have Tom and Yan who hate books going to the library. Got it.
Yeah, now it's like, I gotta read. What is this?
Okay.
Oral history.
This is the worst part of learning.
Tom, Yan, and Carver head into the library. You take one step inside, and it's almost like you're in another world. Wall to wall, there are millions of books. You're also quite surprised at how big this library seems to be. How are you starting?
I think initially I'll just do a quick look around before I start actually talking to people. Just get familiar with the area. Like I'm not gonna, I don't get lost or anything, so I'm not gonna like travel far. But like I'll just do a quick just get an idea of the path, essentially where to go. So that if someone tells me where to go to get something, that I'll know where to go.
Only a perception check.
Yeah, like unless this is one of those like libraries where you can't pick up books and you have to like get someone to get it for you. But
So, roll me a perception check. I'll answer some questions for afterwards. See what you see.
Okay.
Okay, so you can tell that the front of the library is definitely. You could definitely go out and pick up books. However, looks like it would take you weeks, if not months, just to traverse all of the shelves of the library. You also notice that this is a multi-floored library.
yeah,
You can also see that there are several several desks. The ones at the front are manned, but you also notice that there are a couple unmanned that look like they have like a magic spell on them, but you're unsure what it does.
tell them to go mess with it. Just we'll see what happens.
As you go and touch it, in your mind, you feel the question: What are you looking for? You feel the question, what are you looking for?
Okay. I'll answer in this case. First, I'll focus on the Elblane stuff. So I want to just start with initially just to get something adjacent. Just go with alchemy.
Okay.
Maybe alchemy teachers. See if he was recorded as a teacher here.
Sure. Well, are you doing it too, or what are you doing it?
No, I'm actually going to be completely selfish here and actually do my own stuff.
Okay, got it. All
Dan
right.
actually does like reading, but for himself, not for.
So
Reading
alchemy
novels.
or alchemy teachers?
Yes, I'll do alchemy teachers.
Alchemy
Well-
teachers. You feel the answer in your mind? Level 3, Section 4.
Well, how about that? That's kind of nice, actually. So I'll go head over to there, over to where I think that is.
There's also like maps that show like you're currently on the first floor. So you need to go up at least 2 levels. And Section 4 is on the left side of the building.
It's just like a mall or something. You go to they have like those sections where there's like a place where it's like it shows like let's say you are here on the map, and then it's like.
I mean,
shows
it does have the "you are here" thing, but it doesn't move like the mall ones can now. Okay, Yan, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm probably just taking the opportunity while we're here to like brush up on, like, I want to say like random trivia, but it's the kind of thing where I'm taking the opportunity to, like, the things that I've discovered recently, brushing up on them and really just solidifying my own knowledge and not helping the group at all.
Are you asking a
At least for
person?
now.
Are you asking a person, or are you asking the magic assistant?
I guess probably the magic assistant after Tom's done with it.
Okay.
Probably looking for information about like places and people.
Places and
Yeah,
people.
brushing up on, yeah.
Level 1, Section 42.
That's a lot of sections. All right. I'm going to head over there and sort of like, I guess, brush up on like, things like places that might be new or fallen, and also like, comes and goings of people of note.
The section you're looking at, has like, I don't know, like 5,000-6,000 books.
I'll just get started somewhere.
Okay. Tom, it takes you about 20 minutes to get to level 3, Section 4. Looking around, there's a few hundred books here.
Tom's eyes is like. I think that's not that much even. Like still, just for him, that's a lot.
You know roughly the year we're looking for, though? I would think, yeah. Do we?
Well, pre-Kagosm, I think, right?
No.
I mean, he just said alchemy teachers, so that could mean anything, right? He didn't specify alchemy teachers at the academy. So this is just
Oh, no.
alchemy teachers.
You could look at like staff records of tenure or something.
Sure.
You might still find something interesting. We have plenty of time.
I'll start pouring
Got a whole
over.
month.
Yeah, I'll start pouring over and just focus on just like like I said, since we're trying to
Roll me
Yeah,
a
a little
1d100.
hold on. Just to clarify, I'm trying to be like a little bit non-suspicious. I'm trying to initially just look for teachers in general. Then I'll start focusing more on actual like teachers at this academy specifically, and then the older ones or famous ones, I guess.
Okay. The book that you pull out, it has information on an ancient alchemy teacher known as the Founder. It details all the information that he supposedly discovered. It dates back to It dates back to just after the Cataclysm.
Stuff he's credited with similar to what stuff I'm seeing.
Well, it's just information. Like, how much do you know about alchemy?
Not much.
Then
I don't know that much.
it's most of it's information you can't tell is relevant or not. It's just alchemical formulas. Like one of them is one of the pieces of information you pick out is like the optimal size of the bomb bottle.
Okay, so it's more like a treatise, like on like how to actually do alchemy rather than like history of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like things that he supposedly found, right? That you already know as part of learning that the cataclysm, strictly speaking, there was civilization before that. So what he knew and what he found could be, the same thing.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll keep track of it in my mind to think about it for the future, so I can talk to like Liani next time and see what she thinks. Keep researching.
Yeah. Roll me a 1d 5,000.
5,000, damn.
Jesus, okay.
Now what?
Not one.
That'd be a base.
That would be good.
$791. You pull out a book on the life and death of Millie Shepherd.
Damn, okay. I'll take a read. A squiz, one might say.
It covers the short tenure of 12 years. And at the end of 12 years, she was burned at the stake. She was burned at the stake after 12 years.
It's like a teacher here or something?
No, just some random person in the world.
Jesus.
You did say people and places, and you did not specify.
That's about as vague as you can ask for. I mean, really, like people, places, like holy shit.
That's fair.
You do learn that Millie Shepherd was later credited for founding a small religion that ended up burning several cities down, which was why she was burnt at the stake.
Oh, it's poetic. It's nice. Okay.
And while that's happening, Ignatius,
Yes.
what are you doing?
So I guess the first thing I'll do is find I'm assuming there's a reception desk in the main
Yes, there is.
building.
Yes.
I'll just approach them. Just ask, obviously I heard there was a lot of the previous staff are featured around the buildings.
All staff have their portraits in the portrait room, be they old, new, stricken, or not.
And where might one find this portrait room?
Second level, room 203.
And do you know if it was such a long time ago, but do you know of anyone who might have taught here as well at the time of Camilla and Inigo Tierra?
You could talk to Dorian Lee. He's been here about 60 years.
Thank you. Where would I find his office?
4th floor, room 609, I believe.
May I inquire what his position is?
Teacher of history.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. And Ignatius will start to make his way up, avoiding the portrait room on the way up to what was the teacher's name again, sorry?
Dorian Lee.
Dorian Lee. So, yeah, up to Dorian's office first. And just when I get there, knock on the door.
Knocking on the door. You hear the sound of a woman respond. Hello? Come in?
Thank you. I'm sorry I don't have an appointment.
You're looking for Dorian, I assume?
Yes.
Let's see. He's currently in class. He's currently in class at the moment. Would you like to make an appointment?
Yes, might. When would his next be available?
If it's short, you could speak to him in a couple of hours after class. Otherwise, if it's a full-on appointment, PF2e days.
Is his a name I'd heard before as well, I guess, just out of... Would my parents have spoken about him fondly or otherwise?
They probably would have spoken about him. I don't know whether they'd have strong impressions of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, they probably would have spoken about him. Yeah.
Okay.
His next full appointment's in currently Oath Day 1, 2. Would be in like 2 days.
This is a conversation that probably will require a full appointment. If that's the earliest you have, do you need a name?
Yes, please.
Ignatius Tierra.
Ignatius Tierra. Very well. I'm in the morning of... Where is it? Where's the calendar? Come in the morning of Star Day.
All right, thank you for your time. And then I'll make my way down to the portrait room.
Okay.
Primarily probably looking for his mother's portrait first.
You know roughly when they would have been here, so it wouldn't be too hard. Probably take you, I don't know. The portrait room you do notice features literally every teacher that's ever taught here. Every student, every teacher. You also notice off to the side there is a room specifically for principals. Yeah. Roll me perception check at this time as well. You definitely notice that this room is definitely bigger than the building should be.
Okay, yeah. Hardest room.
Yeah. As I said, it would probably take you about, 20, 30 minutes just to find it, because there are a lot of portraits here.
Yeah.
But it has, as your portrait of your mother, it has her name underneath. It has the subject she taught, and has date, the start and end date of her tenure.
Okay. Probably spend a good amount of time talking to the portrait, telling it all of his recent discoveries, very softly and under his breath, being mindful that he also doesn't trust that this place isn't someone's not listening in, so he's trying to be discreet but a little bit overwhelmed, I think, at the time. And probably almost on the verge of sobbing at the end of it, as well as he sort of talks about almost having had the means to right what was done to her, but somebody else got in first. And then probably walk past his father's. I'm assuming they're probably nearby, seeing they left around the same time.
Yes, they are in very similar spots.
And at that point, I think uncontrollably, the kinetic gate just bursts open. The fire probably more intense than the connection to Earth at this point. As he looks at it and just punches the wall right beside the photo as hard as he can, and then walks away.
You do notice as you walk away that despite the heat and despite the strength you put into the punch, that no damage was done. Almost as if they realized that some teachers can
It's kind of counting on that. Didn't want to really get kicked out.
So yeah, some teachers
Burning
inhibit
down the
strong
pulpit.
responses. Strong responses. So yeah, they know that children of teachers can sometimes get upset seeing their parents. So they have magically enchanted this room.
Just as you do that, sort of imagining a picture fucking burning, but leaves without actually trying.
Okay, I'm assuming you head to the library now.
Yeah.
Heading into the library, you have the same impression as the picture hall. How would you like to go about finding your friends?
Is there a receptionist, or is it like
Yeah, they're a receptionist.
Yeah. I'll just describe who I'm looking for.
Who are you looking for? Jan, Tom, a Hoga.
Tough one. Definitely not a Hoga. They probably know where to find her. I just look for like how to be an assassin and murder for dummies and all of that. That's probably where she is. I'll probably go for Jan first. He'll need the comfort of someone more familiar.
Okay. You get told to head to floor 1, section 42.
Okay.
You see Jan poring over the book of Melly Shepherd.
What was that about not teaching an old dog new tricks? I'll say as I come up and sit down beside you.
Well, you know me, Ignatius. Never pass up an opportunity to learn something new. Even
Yeah,
if I'm
told you.
not open about it.
That's all right. I need this place to be good for us.
Well, it's certainly not what I'm used to, but I roll with the punches, as you know.
Yeah, information can be worth a lot of money. You should know.
That's right. What'd you get up to at the main hall? Find what you were looking for?
You could say that. I went to see an old professor my parents used to work with, but he wasn't available. I booked an appointment with him in a couple of days and made the mistake of stopping by the portrait room.
Mistake. You just never could let it go, could you, Ignatius?
No.
Well,
You know what? I gave
we
them
didn't really know
the
it, but
perfect
me and
opportunity
my
to
own
check.
father, we didn't always see eye to eye, even to the end.
You know, family, you can't choose them, can you?
Well, I like to think that you can. Family that I've chosen along the way. Better than what I was born into, I'll tell you that much.
True for some. Some of the good ones are stolen from us too soon.
Well, part and parcel with the work we do sometimes. You're still kicking, though. It's good to see. Not everyone who I've known is still running around like you. Wonder if I'm the one who failed them or they just failed themselves.
Indeed, as they failed themselves. You're responsible for your own survival. You can help someone, that's good, but you don't owe it to them. Not always, though.
Guess in the end, that's ultimately true. Anyway, you heard about this story of one Millie memory fucked? Looks at book.
Millie Shepherd.
Fucking Shepherd, Jesus.
No, I've never heard of it. Good read.
Imagine. Well, it's always good to know these things. You never know when it comes up, and it's good to know something.
That's definitely a good way to go.
Anyway, I think Tom was looking at something to do with the person you were hunting.
Ah, Blaine.
Yeah, he's on one of the higher floors.
Say what he was looking for specifically?
Nope, we didn't talk.
Ah.
Maybe
Well-
he's looking up his own stuff too. Wouldn't put it past him. Maybe he's looking at how to deal with situations like the one he finds himself in with a Hoga.
It's like Genocide 101.
How to sneak chocolate into a Shuni's food.
Weaknesses of the Shuni.
Well, why don't we go find him? You can take the book with you. You don't have to leave it here.
I'll put it back.
Not that good after all, eh?
Don't need to know everything in depth. Just broad knowledge is better than nothing too deep.
Oh, absolutely. Jack of all trades.
Sometimes
Can do
you
a
just
lot
need-
more than a master can sometimes.
Right, and sometimes you just need to know just enough to bullshit the right person.
Too true. It saved my ass as many a time as you know well know.
Though I've seen it, Ignatius. You make me proud, you know.
I learn from
Little
the
me.
best, buddy. Learn from the best.
Now let's go find that Tom then.
I'll ask the magical system where Tom is.
Level 3, Section 4. Alchemy teachers.
Yeah, alchemy teachers.
Ah. He listens. Good to know.
Too right.
May not teach an old dog new tricks, but you sure can teach a new fox. An old fox new tricks, it seems.
Is his name meant to be like Tom Cat or something? Is it like a pseudonym?
Never really thought about it, just thought it was his name.
I know some people do that. I always just go by my name. Not exactly a coward, don't hide from people. But Tom, something about him.
He's alright. He's a good guy. Means well. Knows a lot of shit.
Knows a lot of shit. You're right.
Tom, how'd you go? What'd you find?
Oh god, glad you guys are here. I'm sick of reading this shit books. Well, not shit, but just tiring. Don't like reading as much. Trying to find out about our good old buddy, and it's been I don't think I found anything really yet. Just been searching. Found a bunch about random teachers of all sorts of alchemical sorts, but don't know if it got really closer. Really, maybe I got one lead, but I'll talk to Leonie about it, I guess.
Good thing. What about, let me just try something. We're in the alchemy teachers section. Do we know roughly what year, based off our other information, when Blaine would have been coming through here?
You don't even know if Blaine ever left.
Yeah, do you know roughly what time he would have come here, though? Like, based off the information we have?
You don't have exact dates.
Yeah.
You know it was about a little over 100 years that he was he started heading north. You don't have any dates for Lackley, unfortunately, because there were none.
I guess, like, for the purpose, what I'm trying to do is teaching records for St. Noel Academy, teachers specializing in alchemy this year as well. I'll ask the system. Like in the year time frame.
Give me another law check. And there was a way easier way you could have found this.
Yeah, probably where I was before.
Just give me another law check and we'll see. You probably guess that it would have been about between 700 and 800 years ago that he might have been here.
Yeah.
It would be hard to tell. But you could definitely like start looking around there. Like based on what you'd guess, for about 100 years, he was exiled. It would take him several years at the time to get north, and then he would have had to take a port across. So that would be your best bet. That's your best bet at the moment.
Yeah. Do I find any books that sort of cover the staff records of that time?
Well, looking through, there are no staff records here. This is just generic alchemy teachers.
Good look for books he's written.
Well, I think we're good to go for that. Like, to be more specific now. I know we wanted to be a little bit undercover about it.
You do notice that A.L. Blaine isn't listed under alchemy teachers, despite him being an alchemy teacher in Lunatic.
Wonder if that means that he's being covered up or something. That seems a bit odd.
Probably, yeah.
It means he's teaching something else, or maybe he's been, redacted essentially.
Let's try. I'll ask the system. Does it respond to like thought, or do you have to speak out loud, John? Okay. So I'll think out loud. Any works by A.L. Blaine?
A.L. Blaine.
Arthur Liam Blaine.
Yeah, it reads deeply enough that it would know like the short names.
Okay.
Level 5, Section 12. Some books are restricted.
Had a feeling that might be the case. Want to go check it out?
Well, if you got close lead, sure. So let's go.
I think what you and Jan have done should throw anyone off our tail a bit. It doesn't look like we followed off on something. We weren't directly looking for him when we got here. Good job.
That was totally the plan.
Heading up to the 5th floor. It doesn't take you long to find this area. You do see the section labeled A.L. Blaine. You also notice that some books have a lock and key on them.
Oh. Is there anything that grabs our attention?
Most of the books are generic alchemical theory.
Yeah.
One of the books that is labeled that is locked up is called The Quest for Life.
Now that looks like a good read.
It certainly does. Did they tell you how to get access to the restricted books?
No. I ain't got a clue.
Nobody's asked a receptionist yet. They just went in.
Yep.
I mean, we didn't know we needed restricted books at this stage.
It's true.
We probably should have assumed we would have eventually, but We also don't want to probably.
Yeah, mention that we're looking at restricted books. I mean, that's going to get us to be suspicious, at least. Don't know if there's a way around that, though.
Well, why don't some of us take a look around here and we send a lackey back to reception? Tom, do you mind checking out how we can get access to the reception restricted books?
I don't see Hoga around here.
Wasn't asking a Hoga.
Exactly. That's why I'm confused.
No, Hoga's not here. You don't even know where Hoga is at the moment.
Just gone.
Killing someone in a back alley.
Slit in the throat.
Finding out how she can make explosions like the one she saw on the way in.
Yeah, I'll go talk to someone. I'd much rather talk to someone than read a book. So.
Okay. Head over to the level 5 reception area.
Wait.
Okay,
There are 2 librarians currently on desk. One of them looks up to you.
Alright, I'll let you do the initial impressions. I don't like
Oh. We are just wondering how to get access to the restricted books.
Depends on the book. Some books just require librarian permission. Other books require specialist permission. And then there are certain books that are only open to teachers or those approved by the principal. How
do you know which is which? Like, I think the ones we saw had like a lock and key.
As I said, you have to tell me the book. I'll have to look it up in the system.
I'll just look at.
I'm like, oh, it's gonna be really sus if we don't tell the book now. The Quest for Life by Arthur Liam Blaine.
Ah, Blaine. She opens up a book. Life. You need permission from one of the alchemy teachers or the principal.
Okay. That's good to know. Is that for all of Blaine's work or just that book?
Let's see. The only other work that Blaine has locked up. No, there's two others that just require a librarian permission, and there's one that is specific to the principal.
Okay. What were the titles of all of them? Sorry.
Let's see. You can, if you want the key to improving life through alchemy and the change of slimes. Ew. Those 2 are available. And then the last one is
Friend Zental might have wanted to read that one, Tom.
Oh God. We learned that Zental's master was airplane this whole time.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
The last one is experimenting on the living.
You just hand people out access to that?
Well, no, that's why it requires permission from the principal. So the top 2, which were the slime one and helping with alchemy, are just available by asking.
Yeah.
The one on life requires specifically an alchemy teacher, and the experimenting on the living requires principal permission only. Like,
we probably need the extra restricted ones, hey Tom.
I mean, if you want to learn about slimes.
Yeah, it sounds fun, but
And I might just vaguely see if they've got any books. And for the stuff we found under Telhar, I'll just describe the age of the finds without giving them any more detail around what they do. To see if they have anything on that sort of period, and archaeological finds of that period.
So So pre-cataclysm ruins, I guess.
Pre-cataclysm, wasn't it?
Yeah, pre-cataclysm ruins. Pre-cataclysm ruins. We have a few books. One
Something particularly on ritual or magical sites would be ideal.
you could try. You could try section 32 over there. It has information on ancient rituals. Otherwise, you might speak to Dorian. He might have a better idea.
I've got an appointment with him in a few days.
Pre-cataclysm is... There is one section up on level 6 as well.
Assuming it's quite limited.
Unfortunately, yes.
Or fortunately for some.
Well, yes.
Say someone were to write down, what sort of market is there for books on the topic?
Scholarly, quite a lot. Outside of that, maybe the occasional, like, strange ancient being. We had a vampire visit us recently. Recently who was looking into such things.
Oh, you have full intents of selling it for something like this. Your academy, working on a new thesis on some findings I've made. I'm just wondering what sort of money library would pay for that sort of thing.
Depends on how much of the work can be verified. If it can be, then you're looking at quite the tidy sum. Probably enough to buy yourself a small castle.
Oh.
The last person who wrote a verified book on pre-cataclysm ended up walking away. This was 120 years ago. Walked away with 11. No, I guess adjusted it would be about 15,000 gold.
You don't say. Oh. Well, that's good to know. How do I go about making sure this work is extremely restricted?
You could speak. If you speak to the head librarian, they can arrange any permissions required.
Alright, well, we might,
Or if you sell it straight to the principal, I'm sure she could make sure any restrictions are put on place.
Yes. Good deal. Alright, good to know, We're obviously very premature. Don't know if it'll need that sort of level yet, when I work through the runes and that I've taken down, but thank you for your candor.
No problem.
And I'll, as we're walking back, I'll get Jan and Tom and Carver together. So I think I need to write a book on what we found under Telhar.
Wait, why do you want to write a book?
Because you heard her, she's going to pay me 15,000 gold to do it.
But writing a book takes a while. It's not like something you just shit out. Like
A couple of months. Inspiration's flowing here.
I guess. I mean, I think while we're on a mission, like if you're gonna spend your time writing books, I mean, you're not gonna be helping with mission.
What's going to be more profitable in the end, Tom?
Well,
I think it's a worthy endeavor.
Is he gonna share profits with us? I mean, I don't think I don't know.
If I wasn't going to share them, I wouldn't have told you about it.
Seems a lot. I gotta say, I'm not money motivated compared to you guys. Certainly not as
biggest thing holding us back most of the time. You saw what that vampire friend of ours can do with his veritable wealth.
We have like literally thousands of gold as it is. It's not that bad. But I mean, she wanted me to write a book, and if it'll work out, I guess go for it. But you do gotta research. I don't know how long it'll take until this whatever's going on is gonna blow up. I don't imagine, I don't know how long it'll wait for.
We'll see. We'll put together something. We might have to sell them the thesis to get them to go and take control of the site. Even worth it.
You think you could use your book writing pledge here or quest here to help us get more access to the other books?
Well, that's what I was hoping. That's what we could exchange for access to those, and
The lady mentioned that we need principals support to get some of these books. I don't know what to do about that.
well, that's who I've got to sell this stuff to.
All right.
We've got a month here at the very least. I think we should take our time. There's a wealth of information here. We've just got to find it.
Sure. This is size like it's got a lot more reading to do.
Is the Evil Book of Evil is that a
Oh.
free cataclysm book?
Um,
Liani likes to read.
you don't know. From the way it was described, it is pre-Cataclysm. Because Maribel described her as getting it before the Cataclysm, or just after the Cataclysm. From someone. So, the way she described it would be pre-Cataclysm, but
Okay.
there's no accurate description of it, so you don't know. And you didn't read it, so...
I'm going to quickly... so I want to go out before we leave. I want to go have a quick look through the pre-cataclysm section, what she said, to see if we can find anything reference that might be similar to what we found. I'm basically trying to look at how unique is the find we've made there and what we can do about that. And then I also want to search for some books to take back to our rooms or wherever we're staying for about the title, the keeper of the book, or whatever she told us her title was, to see if there's anything on her.
So, the pre-Cataclysm section is tiny. Most of it describes ruins found under ruins in forests, in deserts. Nothing particularly describes ritual sites or things like that. There are a few mentions of worshipping greater beings, but outside of that, there's not much.
Okay. So, and the quick look, I guess I'm getting a vibe that there's probably what we found is probably like the biggest find ever.
Biggest find post Cataclysm.
Yeah.
You don't know outside of that.
Okay. Good. And then I'll see if I can find anything on the bookkeeper or whatever she called herself.
She's just a watcher. She just watches.
The Watcher.
There is a single book, however, it requires the permission of the principal.
Oh, damn it! We need to see this principal eventually.
Yeah, sounds like it. It's not like this will be as easy as throwing around your name anymore. Not really sure what we have. Like I said, you writing a book will maybe help, but I'm not super sure.
Well, let's say we call it a night and read up on what we've grabbed and get into it.
Okay. I mean, for on day one, right? So, got plenty of time, I guess. Kind of. I don't know. Well, at least the first day has been seemed like kind of promising, given it's been literally one day. So, if we get stuck in a rut, we might have to change course.
I do have an appointment with that Professor Dorian Lee. Was planning to do that alone, but I guess it's something that concerns us all now, so you're more than welcome to all come along to that. See if he can give us some more information on what's happening. What we're after.
And as the sun sets, you settle in. You have some nice comfy dorm rooms. Your food and drinks are provided. At least for the next month, you know you won't have to worry about things. At least having a roof over your head and having food and drinks. You know that there's at least one more day before your appointment, but we will call it there. You can make any changes to your character. As we've discussed, we're going to have some downtime. You can do it during this time. And we'll resume next week. We'll have the appointment, we'll do some rolls and do some things that people are looking for. And then we will potentially, during that 1 month, certain things may or may not happen depending on certain things.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for coming
You
out.
can make those adjustments now.
Yes, you can make your adjustments now. That's
Right.
it.
We're removing
See you
tremor.
next time.
Go on.
I wish I could get rid of my tremor just like that.